Today I'm going to review the Veto Tech Back Blackout. It's just been delivered, part of the autumn promotion put on by Veto. This was supposed to be gone in the spring, the promotion, but I think due to COVID and stock levels, they kind of cancelled it for the UK. But they moved it anyway to autumn. This is a tier 1 bag, and what comes with it in the promotion is the MB3, the little the meter bag. So I got this from Epic Air, English company. I bought my other Veto. I had the Tech XL. I bought that off them as well. Anybody who's watched the other videos, I'm going through a nation of bags, keep buying them, not right happy with them, and selling them on. Well, I was always happy with my Tech XL. I found it a fantastic bag, but it was that heavily loaded up. It was 22 kilos fully loaded. I'm a big believer in when you've got a bag, it's your main bag, get everything in it so then it's not multiple trips for the van. But it was ridiculously heavy, and the way I used to carry it like a briefcase kind of thing down by my side, and I felt as though I was lopsided, and it was actually hurting me back and my hips. So I've tried the Velocity Rogue backpack and the Klein, and they're not quite right. I do like the Rogue, but the back section of it just seems to be more plumbers based, like many bags, just all set up for plumbers. So I've gone back to the Veto, but on the backpack version. So I've not used it. I've just taken all the stuff off it, the wrapping and what have you. But so far, first impressions, you get what you pay with on the Veto. It looks the part, and it's built really sturdy. It looks good. I don't know, there's maybe 3 or 4 kilos in that unloaded, so you can tell it's good quality. As with all Vetos, comes with the handle. I think they've got the patent on them, really rigid. It's all like riveted onto the top with hard plastic. That ain't going anywhere. And you've got the hard base bottom for the waterproof. Again, with all Vetos, apart from like the little meter bags, they don't tend to they have a little hook that you can keep off the ground anyway. So we'll get into it. Front, tiny little pocket, about, I don't know, maybe it's 4 inches, 100mm deep. These, on my Tech XL video, I had a little whine about this one. There's not really a great deal you can keep in that. It's quite restricted to get your hands in, but I suppose you could put some stickers or a business card and something like that, some odds and sods and screws. But I tend to keep my screws and odds and sods in a little fixings case. Just your emergency stuff that you use, you know, red plugs, screws, grommets, some Wagos and whatever like that, just so it's not going to the tip of the van. So I've probably earmarked that front flap to put that in. But you could keep your cable tongue. Plumbers, you'd probably use the drain off hoses. You could keep a load of sleeving in there. So there's nothing special about that. It's just like a front down flap. Suppose you could use that as like a shelf. Keep that down there. And hoist your tools in there if you just quickly somewhere to keep them. Another Velcro pocket, quite a decent size. Probably is about 150mm by 100mm deep. 2 little mesh pockets to keep some little I don't know, suppose you keep some probes in there, so nice for your tester. It's a good pocket. The sides, if you've had a Veto before, they're pretty much standard. Get your tape loop, your D-ring, which if you wanted to, you put a shoulder strap on, but I think it's pretty stupid when you've got a backpack. A couple of little pockets there. I keep my non-voltage, my Fluke pen tester in there. There's like pencils, Sharpies or pens kind of little pockets. Suppose you could keep a couple of little drivers in there, little grab screwdrivers. Very similar on the other side. Another D-ring. Don't need that. D-ring. Tape holder. You can fix, you know, your little TP4s and 5s and 3s, the little satchel bags, belt bags. That would fit on there, but I don't need to. I'd have that as my tape loop. Another couple of pockets. I usually keep the standing knife in the wider one, and again that for a screwdriver. Foolishly threw that away. That's your 5-year guarantee that comes with all Veto. So you register that online. It's good for 5 years. Back to the front. Now this is the new the Veto range, where it's got the interchangeable panels inside. So it's called the V-swap. Now behind there, you can get these tailored to your needs. That front section for me is perfect. As an electrician, you can get all your hand tools, your cutters, your pliers, your screwdrivers in there. You can get your meters, the stuff that you use day in, day out, all the time. You know, your little voltage tester, your crimpers, water pump pliers, spanners, easily laid out in that. You could swap them. Say this is the V-swap. Behind that Velcro, pull them tags down, and that comes out, and you can interchange these. I think they're about 30-40 quid for an interchangeable one. I say I don't need to change that. For me, that's perfect. But you can change it. That sticks back in. It stays rigid as hell, so it's new. So in the front flap comes down. There is, as I know, I thought there was something on the front of this to, unless it's in there, yeah. That attaches onto that. I'm not going to start messing about with the buckle and slackening it off, but that attaches to that, and that would come flat. And you can again use that as a like a little tool shelf, screwdrivers, or you can put your you know, your little tool holder, your fixings case and stuff like that. You can put that on there. I don't know if I'll use that, but we'll just see. We'll see. I've never had it in another Veto, so time will tell. But that's a full size pocket. It goes all the way down, so that's a good size pocket. You can keep all sorts in that. Then you've got the, I'm sure you've seen it all the other ones. It's like the reinforced clear plastic with the ribbed mesh. You know, so if you've got anything sharp, it's quite robust. That again, keep your probes in, screwdriver. I'll probably put a load of tape in and stuff like that. Little magnetic strip there, so if you wanted to put your screwdrivers on, or you know, little grub screws. Some people would put like a little like a metal dish, chuck all the screws and stuff in there. You've still got loads of room down the front if you wanted to put stuff in there, but I can't see the point really when you've got all these pockets. These are those neoprene stretchy socket, you know, like a wetsuit kind of material. So they're quite stretchy, so they've got a bit of plate to put, you know, so your lumpy stuff. So if you wanted to put a little impact, you know, a little 12-volt impact drive in there, it'll fit. But I say I won't. This is just purely for I'm going to have my hand tools when I get it loaded out. So I don't think there's much else to see on the front. A couple of little D-rings. I suppose you could hang your keys off that if you wanted to, or some little emergency test keys, put a little key ring on that. Well, there's not much else on the front, but I do like the front of that. I think the majority of my tools will go into there. And here's a little hack tip for you. I can't remember, somebody on Instagram said that the amount of them that I've thrown away, just little silicone packs, keep them in your bag, and it just takes any moisture out. And obviously if you're leaving your tools in your bag overnight, we're just hitting autumn now in England, and it's very damp in the back of your van, so just soak up all the moisture, stops your tools getting rusty. The handle, so there's your shoulder straps for your back here, for the backpack. It's got like almost like a Batman suit on the back, quite spongy, quite comfy that. But I was always concerned on my Klein bag that the amount of weight in it, the webbing would come away. As of yet it hasn't, but this one is connected to this metal strapping on the top, which takes the pressure off them straps. If you can see that metal bar which is connected to that handle, it's going to take all the stress. There's no actual stress on that, on the shoulder, on the shoulder strap part. So take the handle off, lift that up, and that just unclips and into the back. Very similar to the front. Pocket at the top. Again, massive, that huge. And another one of those reinforced mesh clear pockets at the front for your little odds and sods. I like that pocket. And again, what was on about the V-swap, you can get one where it's more designed to keep like a laptop, so it's like a big wide pouch you can keep your laptop or your tablet in. It's very similar to how the velocities are set out, where you can leave that open and have you could put a lot of power tools in. It's got a big pocket there for your laptop, then that's quite an open space. So then that's, again, it's just a V-swap. So that goes out, and you can swap it out. I think that'll suit me. If anything, I'd have probably liked to, I should have maybe mentioned to Epic Air, if they would have done a deal, if I could have the same as the front, swap this out, see if they would have done as part of the deal, if I could have had the front V-swap, and they could have kept that. But I think this will be fine, but I just like the idea of all that pockets on the back. The same in front and the back. So again, we've got loads of little, they're not the massive, but you can keep your screwdriver bits in there, your little cone cutters, you know, your little nut drivers, magnetic bits. I didn't really keep much in my old Veto for them. More than neoprene pockets. It's about a good size for like a voltage tester. You know, you could get, again, like a little 12 volter. I mean, you could probably store a couple of batteries. I've got an 18 volt battery in there, and that fits in nicely. Yeah, I quite like the back of that. Again, you've got another little D-ring with a little carabiner clip on, so if you wanted to keep your tape on, or some more keys. You know how big this one is. Decent size. It goes down where that double stitching is. Full width, about 100mm. Loads of space in there. First impressions, I think this will be bang on. I have found a bag that suits my needs. Anything else to show you? There's that base, which you'll have seen it on all other people when they do the Veto. It's a hard base, waterproof. I'd say off the top of my head, I'd say that's about 3 or 4 kilos empty. So it's probably going to get up if you fully load it out. It's going to be 20 kilos. In the back, if you're working off scaffolding or something like that, or you're on a cherry picker, you know, you can hang that up. I would like to think that was going to support 20 kilos. Like, I suppose proof will be in the pudding, time will tell. I personally won't be using that, I don't think. But it's another little handy thing for somebody. But like I said before, I usually rack this out really, really heavy. I want all my tools at hand, so I'm not taking 3 or 4 bags in. I do like a main bag and a little grab bag. This is going to be my main bag. But I might put another video on when I've loaded it out. But I don't suppose any of you are interested in seeing a fully loaded bag. You've seen them all before. Everybody's got the similar kind of tools. But first impressions, really like it, really good. So I'm going to get this as of use tomorrow, and I'll maybe put one on in a month's time or so to see how it's going. They're not cheap. So this is the Blackout version. The original tech pack has like a brown leather front. I think it's about £40 difference, which I don't honestly see why you're paying for a little bit of black leather, unless it's a V-swap, you know, with the interchangeable backs you're paying for. But this is £276. So it's from a company called Epic Air. I'm not getting sponsored, I don't get paid for it, but the service I got from them was bang on. They were there 2 days and it was on my doorstep. And you do get, at the moment, if you buy one of these up until the end of November 2021, you get a little MB3 as part of the deal, free of charge, which is worth 80 quid. So it's a good deal. If you think about getting a Veto, it's a very, very good deal. So as always, thanks for taking interest and watching. If you've got any comments, chuck us a comment, I'll see if I can answer it. If you like the video, do us a favour, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Thank you very much. See ya.